Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Now we start with the functions. So functions are basically defined as a link between two elements, two sets A and B, such that each element is of A is assigned to exactly one element of B. We write the function f of A is equal to B if B is the unique element of B assigned to the function f to the element A of B. Functions are sometimes also called mappings or transformations. So basically, we are assigning these students to these grades. For example, this student Roderick, he got an A grade. So did Scott. So as you can see that the condition is the condition is that Scott will be basically also getting an A and Roderick is also getting an A. The condition is that this is assigned to only one element of it. Should not be like this. This is not allowed, right? Roderick cannot have A as well as C, but many people can have A grade and many people can have a B grade. So this is the important distinction. A function can also be defined as a subset of A cross B, which is a relation. The subset restricted to the be a relation where no two elements of the relation. The subset restricted to be a relation where no two elements of the relation have the same first element. Specifically, a function from f a to b contain one and only one ordered pair such that a for all x is a member of A implies that there exists a y such that y is an element of B and x and y are a member of the function. Similarly, a function from A to B contains one and only one ordered pair A and B for every element A. And if there are two elements x and y1 and y2, then if x and y1 is a member of function and x y2 is also a member of the function, this means that y is equal to y2. Yeah, which means that these two would be equal. They have to be equal, such that this element x is, if these are not equal, then x would be mapped or assigned to y1 as well as y2, which is against the definition of a set, against the definition of a function. So given a function f a to b, we say that f maps a to b or f is a mapping from a to b. So ये मेरे पास we have a set A with an element A and this is mapping between A to B, and then we say that A is the domain of f and B is called the codomain of f, the function. If f of A is equal to B, then B is called the image of A under f. This is called the image of A under this function f. Two functions are equal when they have the same domain and the same codomain and map each element of the domain to the same element in the codomain. So two functions can only be equal when we have the condition where all they have the same domain, the same codomain, as well as every element is mapped to the same element in the codomain. So how do we represent function? Function may be assigned in a different way. An explicit statement, for example, you can, you can write a statement, or you can have a formula, for example, x plus 1, or even a computer program can also be a function. So for example, if what is f of a? So we can see that f of a elements maps to z. So what is the image of d? D ka image. What is the image of d? That is also z. What is the domain of f? That is a. What is the codomain of f? That is b. And what is the pre-image of y? Y का pre-image क्या है? b. And f of a is xy. So, so the functions and sets. For example, if you define a function f a to be and s is a subset of a, then f of s is equal to the function of s such that s is a member of s. So f of a b c is now f of a b c. What is f of a b c? A b and c is y and z. What is the f of c d, which is c and d both are mapped to z. So it will have only one element, which is z. So next we come to a very important part of functions, which is injections. Injections would be a function is said to be one-to-one or injective if and only if f of a is equal to f of b, which implies that a is equal to b for all a and b in the domain. A function is said to be one-to-one, said to be injection if it is one-to-one. One-to-one means that only it is an if and only if f of a is equal to f of b. If we say that f of a is equal to f of b, then a is equal to b. It means that this cannot be happening. Sorry, not this one. Uh, this would not be. I mean, this different. For example, f of a is equal to z, and the z would not be assigned to any other. So this is a one-to-one. Only one element of a would be assigned to one element of b. So this is a one-to-one injection. So this is the term injection that is used for one-to-one correspondence. Subjection means that onto means that if for every element of B there is an element with A such that the function is called an onto function. Meaning if all the elements of B are assigned to some element of B A, then in that case we say it is an onto function. यानी कि इसकी ये जो image है ये completely assigned हो, यहाँ पे कोई element बचा ना हो. No element is left. Bijection means is a function which is one-to-one as well as bijection, which means that no element is left here as well as everyone is assigned one-to-one. So it is called a bijection, which is a subjective as well as injective. Please don't get confused by the terms. The terms are one-to-one and onto. So if they are one-to-one and onto, then that function is called a bijection. Now here's a definition. So how do you show that f is a one-to-one and onto? To show that f is injective, we have to show that for f of x is equal to f of y for any x and y number of a, x is not equal to y, then x is equal to y. So अगर ये दोनों जो हैं सेम होने चाहिए. So to show that f is not injective, we just find x and y such that x is not equal to y and f of x is equal to y. And to show that f is surjective, we find any element y and prove that f of x is equal to y. To show that f is not surjective, we find an element y such that f of x is not equal to y, such that which onto, if it is not onto, then there is an element for which on b which is not assigned to any element x in a. So this is primarily what we will be doing today. So next time we'll start with functions again. If you have any questions, please do ask me. I'm available in the next half an hour. Thank you.